Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ravva and the Cyclops Curse. Ravva and Cyclops Curse is developed by Gallop and East Asersoft and published by East Asersoft. It came out on September 1 of 2021. It is a platformer. It's also an ID and Xbox game, and it's $4.99 on Xbox. So this particular game, like I said, is a platformer, and that is going to be a little bit used loosely in this particular case. The platforming in this is not very difficult at all. You're basically just going to be projecting through the levels as this little witch-like character, and you can switch between his buddy that helps him, that does different types of attacks and different types of things. So you have one guy who's going to attack by trying to eat the enemies. Then you have another guy that's going to throw these little fireballs. You have another guy that's going to throw ice, and then you have another guy that's going to showcase that there's hidden items in the area. So one thing I will say about the game that I didn't figure out to make much sense is using the ice in order to get through an area that would have been unable to go through without it. The game did try to claim that you could utilize it in order to progress through an area, so you tend to take damage, but I could never get that to work, really, and so I'm not certain as to what I was supposed to do with that. The stages in the game are pretty straightforward. They're very linear, though you do have to kind of backtrack in the stages and some of them in order to progress, so that you can find new enemies to spawn after you got to a certain point. But the game is pretty straightforward and simple, and it's just going to be, pretty much going one level to the next, and figure out which character that you need to use in order to progress through the area that is up in front of you. Overall, though, the game is very simple, and it's not going to take you very long to get the achievements. Some of the gripes that I have in the game is that it's just not a lot of the things that don't seem to work quite as they're supposed to, and it's not immediately obvious as to why you even want to do some of the things that it's going to kind of require you to do. It's kind of hard to explain what I mean by that, but basically there's just enemies that are put in positions that you're never even going to go to, and then there's hidden items in places that there's no really rhyme or reason to figure out why that they are there. It's just not put together in the best way possible. Granted, from East Asersoft games, sometimes that they aren't the best. This one, if you like platforming, there's definitely a lot better platformers out there. This game does try to, do something a little different with the different characters that you can use, but I found that it was a little bit kind of monotonous to even try to waste my time stopping to actually kill all the enemies in a specific little area, and not just utilizing the little characters in order to progress as fast as possible. It just made more sense to do that because there wasn't a whole lot of point in utilizing some of the characters the way that they're intended. So for instance, there was a line of enemies, and you could use the ice guy to slow it down, but why would you do that when you could just shoot and kill them all really quickly anyway? So yeah, I mean, there's just stuff like that just didn't make a ton of sense in how, either how difficult or maybe not difficult some of the things are. And you could also skip, a pretty good section of the stage too if you wanted in some sense. So overall, I'm going to give this game a 5.5 out of 10. It's just not all that great, but it is an easy achievement game. And if you do like achievement games, then this one will definitely be able to be completed in under an hour. I think it took me about 30 minutes. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got for this one. If you do pick it up, let us know in the comments what you think, and have a nice day.